Hi, it's Alison from Silicon Bullet here with another top bookkeeping tip, and today I'm going to talk about bank feeds in Xero. So I was asked to look at somebody's Xero accounts this week because they had got into a terrible mess. Everything just looked wrong in the bank accounts. So on investigation, I went and had a look at the bank accounts that they had on their system, and they had 4 different bank accounts, but in real life they only have 3. And I think what has happened has been triggered by problems with linking the bank on the bank feeds. What they ended up having was a main bank account which had bank feeds going up to about 2019 in it. And then they had a second bank account which showed the same sort code and account number with more recent bank transactions feeding into it, and a gap in between. And then they have another bank account which is a savings account for setting aside money, which also had some of the main bank account transactions imported into it. They had then been marking invoices as paid or as money received into one of these bank accounts, but marked supplier bills as being paid into the other one. So they've ended up with multiple bank accounts. Sometimes the same transactions have been imported twice into 2 different accounts, and it's going to be a huge job to tidy this up. So, how can you prevent this happening to you, and so that you don't get into this mess? What are the things that you need to look out for? So for a start, have a review of your bank accounts and make sure that for each sort code and account number, make sure you only have one account set up on your system, because that's the first alarm bell that tells you that something is going wrong. Then when you look at your bank account and you see it says so many transactions need reconciling, it's a good idea to click on the tab that says statement, because that shows you what has actually been uploaded, and do a little review in there of the dates of the transactions that have been uploaded, see if you can spot any obvious gaps, and just double check that that looks correct. The items that are on this statement page are literally a list of what has been imported, and if transactions have been missed, you can download them into a CSV and import them manually so that you're filling any gaps. And if there has been a blimp in the bank feeds, that means some pages have been imported twice from this bank statements page. Before you do any reconciliation, you can delete any duplications and get rid of them. The other thing that you need to do is, when you are reconciling your bank, every time you have reconciled up into a particular period, use the reconciliation report, which you can see a button to on the top right when you're on that reconciliation page. Put in the date that you've reconciled up to and check that the Xero balance matches the statement balance, matches the balance on your bank statement as per your bank on that date. The problem with this company that I was helping is that nobody has ever made any of these checks, or they haven't done for a long time. So there is a lot of historical stuff on there that's in there completely wrong. There's a lot of unreconciled stuff, and I almost feel tempted to tell them to get rid of that Xero subscription and start again, except for the fact that all their invoicing is on there. So it makes it quite a complicated thing to be able to sort out. So what you need to do is to catch these problems before they become a big issue, when you've only got a couple of months that might need sorting out, and not 2 or 3 years. If you're a business owner and you have access to your Xero, but somebody else is doing the bookkeeping, then it would be really good if you just had enough knowledge that you can double check these things for yourself and just check the sanity of your bookkeeping and accounts. because ultimately, as the business owner, the accounts being accurate, even though you might have an accountant or a bookkeeper that does it for you, not all of them are actually as expert in Xero as they claim to be, and ultimately the accuracy of the data is your responsibility. So if your accounts are in a mess and you need someone to come and have a look at them and see what can be done to fix them, or if you're just starting out and you want to know how to use Xero properly before you get into these messes, or even if you're a business owner where somebody else is doing your bookkeeping, but you just don't get involved with the Xero, but you'd really like some basic knowledge in order to understand how it works and what goes on, then please do get in touch for some of my hand-holding training. I'm Alison Mead at Silicon Bullet. You can find me at blog.siliconbullet.com. You can find Alison Mead at Silicon Bullet on LinkedIn, and Silicon Bullet has a Facebook page. And you can go to www.siliconbullet.com. Sorry, it's old hat saying www. I don't need that. It's siliconbullet.com. And you can get in touch with me via my site there. And let's try and stop these issues and problems before they start happening. I do find the issue is with certain banks, when you go to link the bank feed, it will give you a list of all the bank accounts that you have on that login and ask you to match them to which accounts you've got in Xero. So if you make sure that you name your bank accounts in Xero sensibly so that you know what they are, maybe main account, savings account, deposit account, rather than just calling all the accounts in Xero the company name, so that you can really easily identify which account in Xero should be linked to which account on your bank, you may help prevent this problem. Or I've sometimes seen companies that have multiple companies on their bank account link completely the wrong company to completely the wrong Xero and end up duplicating things that way. So make things easy for yourself. Name the bank accounts so that they're unique and easily identifiable. You can do that in your accounts list. Once you've created a bank account, you can go and edit and change the name of the bank account so that from your chart of accounts, so that you can really see and know which is which. So that's my top tip for keeping Xero and your bank accounts tidy, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye.